Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to the call for tonight. We are literally just kind of walking back into the door, and what we're going to do is I'm really going to be on brief. I'll take any questions that you might have. We are, we've been on the road this week, and uh, at our residency. So, um, any questions that you have, feel free to write them in the box. And as I said, I will not. I will do my best not to keep you a long time. Okay. Let's see. She cannot hear. Let's see. Okay. So let's make sure you can hear. Okay. Can you hear now, Gail? Can you hear me now? Let's make sure that we are turned on properly here. Maybe it isn't. Let's see. Okay. How about now? Can you hear me? Testing. Testing. One, two, three. Okay. Testing. And let me make sure my audio is sounding. Okay, testing, testing, one, two, three. Let's see, audio, 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 audio. Okay, testing, testing, one, two, three. All right, Gail, can you hear me? Okay, testing, testing, one, two, three. Okay, if you can hear me, please put the letter Y in the question box if you can hear me. Okay, testing, testing. Okay, if you can hear me, please put the letter Y in the question box. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Let me see. Testing, testing, one, two, three. Testing, testing, one, two, three. Okay, testing, testing, one, two, three. If you can hear me, please put letter Y in the question box. Okay, thank you, Dart. Okay, all right, good, 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 good. Okay, thanks, John. I appreciate that. Okay, Gail, maybe if you just log out and log back in. Excuse me. Okay, excuse me. All right, any questions that you might have, I'll be happy to try to answer them. It can be strategy related, it can be just about anything. And if I don't know the answer to it, I will get the answer to it. Laurel cannot join us this evening. We literally just walked back into the door. I had thoughts of not doing this call, not doing this call, but I wanna be in the habit of keeping this appointment with you. And you probably noticed. I don't know my if you saw my newsletter. And basically, you probably saw that Amazon has placed some limits on AI. I mean, it's a pretty big deal, even though it doesn't seem that big. And what they basically said is that they want you to declare that if you're going to submit a Kindle book, that you say that it's AI, and that doesn't mean that they're going to tell they're going to um, demote your product, but maybe they might disclose to the customer, and maybe the customer wants doesn't care, maybe the customer does care. But I think it's kind of interesting that a big platform like that would take that first step, and I believe that they're all going to do that in some way. And I think that more than likely, Google is going to come and do something at some point. I mean, their position as of right now is that if it's good content, it's good content, and that's what they have said. I don't know if they're going to continue that. I doubt it. And I think it would be very easy for a platform. Let's take any platform. Let's just say that you're going to put something on Udemy, and you're going to use AI to do that. Well, is Udemy going to say, "Hey, well, we'll be happy to have you create AI generated courses, but we want to make sure you disclose it. They might say that. And so, as I have been saying for the last, for the last 8 or 9 months, that when you build your business model, you still have to build it around positioning yourself as an authority, so that you let your customers tell you whether or not they care if it's going to be AI generated. And so I'm not for or against AI. All I'm saying to you is that don't buy the promises that, hey, I'm just going to create all these products, I'm going to use AI and it's going to be awesome, and I'm going to triple and quadruple my money. That may happen in a short run, but eventually it may not happen, in the long run. And so uh, you've got to be sensible. I mean, you've got to be about your customer, and you got to let your customer decide. And your customer may or may not decide that they may decide that they may or may not want that content, right? So, um, so again, the fact that Amazon has taken this step, I think it's significant. I think it is, it's a, I don't want to be ominous and say something like it's a warning sign. It's not a warning sign. What it is what we have been saying, again, since the beginning, is that the big platforms will determine how they want to use it. And so you don't want to build an entire business around getting your content AI generated onto something like YouTube, Google, Facebook, Amazon, because what you're doing is you're playing around with them being able to make a change like that. I mean, Amazon made that change, and they just said, we don't want any, we don't, you're going to have to disclose AI content. And if you think about that, they made that decision overnight, and now people are now going to have to kind of readjust, right? It doesn't mean you can't sell on their platform. They're just saying you got to disclose. But the fact that they could do that, and they could do that on a whim, seemingly, means then that other platforms, big and small, can do the same thing. I mean, I'm envisioning, if you're Skillshare, if you're Udemy, if you're some course platform, they're going to eventually say, well, hey, that's great. You just got to disclose. Now, a lot of us are part of the Warrior Plus JVZoo community. I don't see that happening, but they could, right? I mean, they could say, it'd be a very easy thing for them to say, well, you got to put a disclosure on your, on your product that you used AI to create. Now, I did see one marketer's kind of say, well, how would they even know whether or not I used AI to do that? Um, I don't even think that's the point, right? I don't think it's a point whether or not they know or they don't know. The point is they can change things. And so all I'm saying to you is, don't build an entire business model around this based on big platforms. And let your customer decide on what they want from you. And if what they, because they could say, your customer base, your customers could say, well, I want all my content fast, and I don't care how you generate it, and I'll still pay you for it. If your customer says that to you, or your customers or your subscriber list, and they say that to you, whether it is directly or indirectly by buying more and more of your stuff and you disclose it, I think you need to keep doing it. If your customer says, if they start to hold back from you, and they start to be more reserved, and they start to say, well, I see you putting out this stuff, I don't necessarily feel all that great about buying it for whatever reason. It doesn't matter what their reason is. Could be totally irrational. You and I have to let them decide on what they want from us, and then we adjust to the market, right? We're not going to be able to dictate to the market what your customer who's buying from you is going to determine they want, in terms of AI. So that's kind of where I am on this. I think, in terms of explaining it to your customer, you and I have to educate your customer on how it works. We have to educate our customers on this kind of thing. right? If you've been using any of our DFY live master classes and you've been using those to educate your customers, they already know that all of these things are dependent on systems that could change tomorrow, right? I mean, all of these systems can, uh, Google, Facebook, all of these big platforms, they're making decisions every day. They don't necessarily have our business involved in mind when they make these decisions. They don't necessarily care, right? They care about their own shareholders. They care about their own profitability. As long as you and I help them make money, they care. If we don't make them money, they will change things. And so, Kendall decided that, hey, well, we feel like we're going to be ultimately a better platform if at least the person creating the content discloses, right? That they say to the customer that they're good that we used artificial intelligence to generate this content. And again, um, it's their platform as their customers, so they can do that. So you and I just have to be aware that. Okay, any questions? Any questions about anything? We don't have to talk about Amazon and AI. You can just have a question about anything. So it doesn't have to be about that. So just any questions that you might have. Um, and then, like I said, I don't plan to keep you on here long. I just want to make sure that I'm available here at 7 like I always am. This is kind of an appointment for me. And again, I'm sorry that Laurel is not able to be here with us. We just walked in the door maybe an hour ago. So that's that. Let's see. I've got a hand raised. Okay, hand raised. Okay, I'm gonna lower the hand and then I'm guessing I will go in here. Let's see if I can find the person and I will, let's see, enable the mic. Okay, so Santu, your mic is enabled.
Woohoo! You did it,
Got it.
right? You can hear me? Okay,
I can.
great.
Wait.
And the only reason I raised my hand was because I couldn't find the chat box or the way to ask a question in this new interface, and I eventually found it. So
It's a little weird,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yes, yeah. But since I'm on the mic, I might as well ask it verbally. Um,
Hmm.
I'm just wondering if you might know of bundles. No, maybe that's not the right word. Give gift giveaways or bundles, maybe you might
Hmm.
know it as that. Um, that one could enter for free. The people I hang out with are wanting to charge like ridiculous amounts of money, like $200
Hmm.
to enter. And it's like, no thanks, because I'm not that much of a gambler. I don't know how many people are gonna download my lead. I'm not gonna invest 200 every time I want to go into a gift giveaway. So
Oh, right, yeah. So what you mean is, okay, so a product creator is saying, well,
mm,
you can include your product in our bundle. We're
your
going
lead
to mail
magnet,
our
yeah.
list. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah, I mean,
what
I'm not even making any money from the lead magnet, and they're charging me 200 just to enter their giveaways so people can get my lead magnet. And like, we
Yeah.
all know that nobody gets clients from a lead magnet, right? So there's a huge long process, and you're not going to see your return on investment for 200 that quickly. It's going to be like, maybe 6 months down the road. So
Well,
I'm now
it
thinking this is
depends.
this,
Who's
yeah,
the
but
well, I don't tell me who the marketer is, but what's the market? What market is it where they're asking you to include your product?
I,
What
I
niche?
understand I understand your question, and it's just vague general coaching
Internet marketing?
or parents. Like they don't even specify the ones I know of because they're just like coaches that are like monetizing on this with other coaches and saying, "Hey, join this bundle, down, get some leads," kind of thing. And they're not specific. So it's just not a good model for me. So I'm now
Well,
thinking I got to rethink this and find some free ones or very low cost ones
here's what
that
I
I'm
will
willing
tell
to
you.
gamble. Hmm.
Yeah, here's what I will tell you. Uh, there are people who do them, and sometimes they are invitation only, and other
Mm-hmm.
times you can you can approach them. And so in the internet marketing space, um, I do know that Chad Elgesir, he does one, and there's another person who does them, and let me see, Chad does one, and then the Rhodes brothers, John Rhodes and Matt Rhodes. Now they do them. Now what they tend both of them tend to like PLR for that. So unless you want to, if you want a PLR customer, then having a lead magnet there for a PLR customer who's going to buy more PLR, uh,
Mm-hmm.
that may not be your thing.
No, it's not.
I will be doing in a PLR summit in November, and as an ultimate insider, I'm going to put a call out to all the insiders who want to include something. If you're looking to place something inside of that, inside of that package, I'm also, and then I think in December I'm going to be doing a senior internet marketing summit. So if you have something that may be, let's say, related to talking to seniors, right? Again,
Mm-hmm.
as an ultimate insider, you'll be able to put something. I'll put a call out to the insiders. You can put something there. Then in January
Mm-hmm.
is going to be reinventing yourself. So those are three opportunities that I will have for ultimate insiders to be able to add something that might be related, and it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to be PLR, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily doing those summits. The only summit that I'm doing for PLR buyers is the PLR Summit. Um, Now in December, that's going to be for seniors who want to learn how to market on the internet, and then in January, it's going to be about reinventing yourself. So that might be more in line with sort of like what you do, and so what I'll be looking for are lead magnets that um,
Yeah.
would help people to reinvent themselves, right? So,
Can
and that's
can
gonna be, yeah. Go ahead.
can I ask what's the, did you say it was a summit in November rather than a
It's a
gift
PLR
award?
summit. Yeah, it's gonna be a PLR summit.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah. So it really is gonna kind of depend on my ability to kind of get the word out about the summit. It's not gonna be free, but the good thing about that is that the people that do come to the summit, they're gonna get a boatload of training on how to maximize their PLR. I mean, I've got a pretty good lineup already. I could do the summit today just based on the interviews I've done, but I'm really trying to make this a big deal. So probably by November, um, it is for PLR buyers. It's for people who want to learn
Mm-hmm.
how to make the most of their PLR. And again, now I'm going to do the same kind of thing for seniors. And so the
Mm-hmm.
way it's gonna work is I'm obviously gonna get people other than ultimate insiders to put things on the inside, whether they do a presentation or they put something in there. But again, you know um, uh, because you're an insider, then that means then that I'll be looking, to all of you to put something in there that's relevant to these topics. I'm going to start doing a summit once a month. So in other words, there be an opportunity once a month. So there'll be different
Yeah.
things, right? So I
Yeah.
think February is going to be faith in marketing. I think March I'm
Ooh.
planning on rites of passage. So if you have something that's like teenage sort of, uh, you know, and then Laurel and I are going to do a joint thing in May. We're going to do it on leadership. So you might have something for that too. So this is going to be an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity like every month, into every month. um, I may not have anything for October. I'm trying to get something together, but I've got it for November, December,
Mm-hmm.
January, and February going forward. So, but I
Yeah.
will. But I'll tell you what. I know that if you watch for Chad's, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what his stipulations are going to be. He might be looking for known commodities and people who have already released PLR. Plus, you may not want PLR buyers, so that may not be a good option for you anyway. Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
I'm not in the sort of selling PLR market. So if Chad is only doing PLR, or if the Rhodes brothers are only doing PLR, that's not going to be for me. But
right.
what you were saying about January onwards, those
Hmm.
are more in line with what I could jump in on. Not so
Hmm.
much the November, December, because I think that what you're saying is those are PLR summits as well. But certainly January, February, March, all May, all of those I can jump in on. So thank you
Yep.
for letting me
Yeah,
know
for
about
sure.
that.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
just off the top of your head, do you know of anyone else that might do non PLR gift giveaways?
Yeah. There's a person. Um, her name is Raven. I think her name is
Right.
Raven Monique, and
Oh, Raven.
she's been doing PLR, but I think she's been doing she's been looking at a broader market, like other kinds of internet marketing kind of business people. They asked me to be part of it, and I didn't because I'm not a fit for her.
Mm. Hmm.
My content's not a fit for her. So, and plus I didn't
Hmm.
know I didn't know it was her. So I just reached out to her maybe about a month ago. I said, hey, this person that contacted me about this bundle that you do, uh, was that you? She said, oh yeah, that's me. So, but I couldn't do it anyway. But she does something. You remind me, if you send me a note and remind me, I'll give you her name. She may not be a
Hmm.
fit for you, but she does a bundle. And then there's another person that does something called they do something every year, and it's called, I don't know, it's called the stack or something, right? Maybe somebody on
Oh,
this
the
call
BC
knows what
stack.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah, yeah,
BC stack.
yeah.
Yeah,
The BC stack. That might
Rachel
be,
and something.
yeah.
Ra-
That might be an option. I don't know them personally, and
Yeah,
they
I
might be,
participate in them.
yeah,
Yeah, but I don't think I would be a good fit for them. I can't remember what they did last year, but this year they're doing it on visibility. So they're really more for internet entrepreneurs.
yep,
There'll be people that offer like classes on how to gain visibility and all that. So I'm not that's not my scene. So I mean I participate. That's how I know what it's
right.
about, but I can't offer anything. I can't offer a lead magnet that's going to fit them, or what they're doing. So yeah. But
Well, I
thank you
think that,
for.
yeah, no, the January summit is definitely, I think, something in line with your sort of market, and then
Mhm.
also maybe like the April one, which is rites of passage, that might be in your ballpark. But now it's going to be more now. Rites of passage is going to be kind of specific to males, right? It's going to be
Mhm.
specific to men, but
Mhm.
if you've got kind of like a message that might be helpful, that might be something you can look at too.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah. It's all good because I work with men as well as women, so I'll find a way to make it appeal to them because they're a hard market to lure into my kind of network or world
Right.
of working.
Yeah, but yeah, and but on the internet, you never know. Some people just like to hear the way you say it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That it's good to reach out to men because they're not often looking themselves, and if they stumble across it, I might spark an idea in them that might grow at some point. So it's always good to encourage men, you know, because uh to get some help because I don't think they get a lot of people kind of saying, "Come on, get some help," and really kind of helping them understand the benefits of it.
Yep. Oh, let's see. Okay, so Gail's got some. Gail, can I unmute you? Gail, can I unmute you? Gail's got a couple of thoughts about. Are you mic'd up? Okay, Santu, I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna
Okay.
unmute Gail here, and
Hmm.
Gail's got a couple of thoughts about the leads and about the stack. So let me disable your mic. Let me unmute Gail. Okay, Gail, you should be on.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. So
Okay.
you were saying you had comments about Chad's thing. and about the
Yeah, I
stack.
did.
So
I
maybe kind
did
of talk
both
about your
CAD
experience.
and BC Stack, and both of them were good. I got a couple hundred leads from both of them. Chad's, as I can recall, was indeed a PLR centric uh, giveaway, and the BC Stack one, I think this year uh, they were centering on traffic. So if you had something that had to do with traffic, they wanted a lead magnet about that. But both of those were very good for me. Both of those sent me a few hundred leads. So highly recommend them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so everybody, that's good advice from Gail. And let's see, let me see what else what'd you ask here, Gail? While I got you, you said, um, yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, definitely for the insiders, it'll be a summit and sort of like a giveaway portion. And so I'm gonna invite
Yep.
all the insiders to add a product, um, you know, relevant to these different topics once a month. So yep.
Okay. So I think the only other question I had was because I had problems hearing you at the beginning. I actually had to turn my computer off and back on to get in to hear you. So I didn't hear. Did you say that there was a certain percentage above which Kindle and Amazon are saying that you can't use AI?
They're saying if you used it to create, you have to disclose. So they're not
So I
putting a
mean, like
percentage on it.
if I created a whole book and then maybe used AI to tweet a couple of paragraphs, does that need to be said, or am I saying that AI created it at that point? What it is? Are I guess I'm just asking for clarification.
Right, yeah. So they said that there's a difference between AI assisted and AI generated. So technically, and like someone said, I mean, it would be difficult for them to come up with it, but if you use the AI to get the content that you're putting into whatever the Kindle book is, that's AI generated that has to be disclosed. If
Mm,
you took something that you created, and let's say that you said, "Oh, let me put this in the AI, make the correct the grammar and make it right and do that kind of thing." So I think that the kind of the point is it's got to originate with you, and then it can be assisted by
hmm
AI. So I don't know whether
Okay.
that means they're going to
Like
have
it
their
can help
own.
you tweak, but it can't help you write.
Correct. That's right.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Thanks, Gail.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? And like I said, I'm sorry that Laurel can't be with us. We just really walked back into the door um, from out. So let's see. I got another question here. Uh, Yeah, so yeah, so if it's relevant, Santu, definitely, if you got something relevant you want to speak, then that should be fine. We'll definitely, um, I'll need to kind of meet in specific about that, but yes. So the short answer is yes. Yep, short answer is yes. And so that is it's an ultimate insider kind of privilege, but yes, for sure. Okay, any other questions? Any other questions? Oh, the other thing is you can't type in the chat. Okay. Um, yeah, let me see. How do I enable this? I don't know. Let me see if I have to enable it. I don't know. Uh, computer. Hmm. I'm gonna have to take a look at that, Gail. Um, I can see your question in here. I don't know how to turn it into. Um, yeah, yeah. So Gail, just type into the question box. Yep, Q&A works, not the chat. That's weird. I will take a look at that in earnest. Yeah, I'm not sure why the chat's not working, and I'm sort of this interface is growing on me. I'm not quite there yet, but okay. So Donald, best way to learn about Ultimate Insiders and how best to use it. Um, yeah. So basically, if you want to just write me, I'll just kind of answer any questions that you might have. The best way to use it, obviously, is to take the PLR. There's a platform, right? That if you don't have a membership platform to sell your content, you can use that. And then if you just kind of depending on what you want to do with your business, I'm here as a resource for you. So while I'm here for the Q&A call for the entire PLR show community, um, I'm sort of here for you personally when you're an ultimate insider. So whatever my resources are, your resources are, and so I extend my resources to you, as a member. So pretty much, okay. So here's what you get: one full funnel every month. Any bonus content that I do, all the other content that I do in the month is 50% off the original launch price. Anything going backwards that you don't have is 50% off the original launch price. So typically, where a course is $27 on our site right now, you go back to the original. You go back to 50% of the original launch price, which is half of $7, which is $3.50 as an ultimate insider. So there's a real big price difference, right, in terms of ultimate insider. And then you get some free content, you get a place to store it, and then you get Laurel and I as your resource, right? That's the brief. So the best way to use it, obviously, is to um, be about building your audience, and then we give you the content so that you can build a library. You can have a recurring income place for people to buy one set of content, right? So we're going to give you everything you need. If you need to have a recurring offer, we're going to pretty much supply you with that, right? So I think that's the best way to do it. Obviously, everything depends on your business. You use it the way that it fits, right? But if you don't have, let's say, a specific method, right, one of the best ways to do would be to kind of build, a library, and charge a recurring price for that. That's the short answer, Donald. Does that help you, Daryl? Daryl, sorry. Okay, is it worth paying for launch email templates, or do you have anything you can share? This would be launching a product or service. Um, hmm. Let's see. Tell me the about the pro. Okay, let's see. Okay, you have another question. Can I unmute you, Daryl? Are you mic'd up? Can I mute you? Unmute you? Okay, let me unmute you. Okay, and then I'll get you right after this, Santu. Okay, Daryl, you are unmuted. I can't hear you yet.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly, Daryl.
Okay, terrific. Okay, so I joined the Ultimate Insiders some time ago, and I've been preoccupied with a lot of other projects that have been on my plate. But at this time in my life, I'm turning directions in what I'm doing. So I want to do some, I want to educate myself more about the whole uh, business of PLR. And do you recommend a particular course inside of the Ultimate Insiders that I could start with, just to give me some background of the parameters of running a PLR business?
Okay, when you say running a PLR business, what do you mean? Do you mean you want to take PLR, turn it into your own product, and then sell it, or do you mean you want to create PLR and sell it?
Well, both actually. I have a client who I do web design and development, and
Yep.
I had a client who offered a course to notaries, and we developed a whole big website and offered her course inside of there. So I have another website that's ready to go where I have all the software set up and I can start offering courses. And my courses are going to be for small businesses about how to get started in optimizing your website for search results on the internet.
Yep.
And inside of that whole academy, I want to be able to offer additional PLR courses that you offer
Hmm.
as options in my library on that website. But
Now, are
really,
you using a platform right now to deliver your courses?
yeah, it's a Tutor LMS.
Okay. Okay.
And so that, I mean, I know the software and I know how to create the website and I know how to set it all up. What I'm looking for is some training about the whole ins and outs of doing PLR. Like what things do I need to think about? How do I do pricing? Um, just a general overview so I can create my own plan to be more effective. Or should I
Got it.
just start by picking a course and sticking it in there? I don't know.
Well, both. Actually, here's what I would do. Well, you've got an onboarding call, and I don't remember us meeting, so let's get on your onboarding call, right? And then we can sort of map out a specific plan. But in general, um, the PLR pricing, the PLR sales model, I'm going to be training Ultimate Insiders on starting this month, probably starting next week. So I've done that in a course called PLR Boss. It was not necessarily comprehensive enough because I sold it as PLR. So I'm going to take that course and I'm going to expand on it and be more detailed about how you would start a make money online business, which is the JVZoo Warrior Plus market. So I'm going to find like the place where you can launch a business on Warrior Plus, and I want to do that first because I want to do that first. So in other words, yes, this month I will be teaching that exact process, and but you can also find it in the course called PLR Boss. And since you're an Ultimate Insider, if you don't have it, hit me in support so I can just add it to you and you can just start kind of taking a look at it. But I will be teaching that starting this month. The other thing is, let's go ahead and get your onboarding call so we can get some specifics.
Okay, where do I sign up for that?
Um, the plrshow.com/Charles, right? And then you can just pop that in, and then you'll pick a like a 15-minute slot, and it'll kind of guide you to my calendar and we'll coordinate. It'll be all automated. So, if I can't make it that time, I'll be able to email you back and we'll be able to find the exact date. So if you pick a date and a time based on that calendar, then it'll be there. And then if I got to change it, I'll be able to kind of get back with you right away.
Excellent. I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
thanks.
Santu, I'm going to unmute you. Let me see. Enable. Let's see. Enable mic. Okay, Santu, you are enabled.
Okay. Um, I just wanted to ask, to clarify something I heard you saying earlier to someone else, and I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. Did you say that you can encourage people to pay for a membership to access just a library of resources?
Well, that's exactly what I would be doing. Well, in effect, right? You should have all your here's basically what I think you should be doing with all your PLR from all the time, from all history, right? Because it's a simple thing to do. Now, the difficulty is going to be obviously in how you organize it based on the people that you're trying to train. But I would have all my content organized in one library and charge a monthly payment for it. Now, it doesn't matter what the monthly payment is, right? It just
Mhm.
matters that your market understands it. You can explain it, right? It doesn't matter if somebody else over here charges $97. What matters is how you explain it to your market. If you decide it's going to be $27 or whatever it's going to be, that's what you sell it for because you understand your market. But yes, you put all your content in one place and you organize it so that it's organized for the people that are going to be buying it from you get it. So you don't just want to just put it in there like, bunch of courses in there and say, well, this course is that course. What you want to do is you want to have it so that it's particular to you. But the short answer to your question is yes, everything should be in one place. And people should be able to buy it for one monthly payment.
Hmm. Well, you've given me an idea. I mean, it may not fly, or it may not fly, but you've given me an idea of, like, for all those people that don't want to access grief therapy for whatever reason, whether it's stigma, whether they don't want to talk to anyone, they just want to do their own work, I could
Mhm,
be providing them with resources. I don't mean PLR, but I could be providing them with resources for them to, especially the men who will just like, I'll just grab this thing and I'll just
mhm.
do this on my own. I can do it on my own, for that
Correct.
whole kind of mindset.
Mhm,
And yeah, it never occurred, and I'm a wealth of kind of resources. And it just never occurred to me to do that, like to sell a library membership kind of thing for
mhm.
resources for that. So
Yes,
thank you.
ma'am.
That's a new idea. And
No,
did you say
great.
your calendar link is www.plrshow.com/Charles? Is that your
Yes,
calendar link? Is that right?
that's my calendar. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
great. Okay, so let's go back to my original question that you didn't quite understand. So let me flesh that out a little bit more.
All right, right
So
on.
Aurelius, uh, that over at some System.io, is selling some templates for launching something. I don't know what it is.
Mhm.
For your email list. And I'm thinking, well, should I pay for it? Or maybe Charles has something for the insider members that he could offer for free. Why should I pay if you've got something for free, right? So that was my
Y-
question. Do you have like an email nurture sequence of templates to kind of build up hype for people? Oh, it's coming soon. I'm going to be launching something, that kind of thing.
I have not developed anything specifically. I definitely do have something that I can probably just give you. And
Okay.
so if you're not on a time crunch to
Constraint?
get his
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
um, just send me a support request. I'll just give you what I have, right?
Okay.
You're Ultimate Insider, so because I don't really sell email templates, but I do have some stuff. I'll just give it to
Mhm.
you, and then you can
Okay.
just see if it's what you want, and then if not,
Yeah.
then you can get his.
Yeah, okay, that sounds like a good plan.
Mhm.
Just remind me of the right email to send that to. Support, is it support?
Support at gainmindshare.zendesk.com.
Gain mind share. What was after gain mind share?
You know what? Let me type it in the I'll type it in the question box here. Let's type it in. But you can also just do it from the web. So I'm going to type in a web link. It's the same thing.
Hmm.
Come on. Let me see. How do I type this in? Uh, okay. So where do I reply? Hmm, eh. Okay. Let me try to put this in the chat. Okay. Are you able to? I put a message into the chat for every. Can you see that in the chat area?
Um, oh, yes, hold on. Oops, yes, I can see it. Thank you.
Okay. Great. Yep. And I'll put the email address in there also. Yep.
Yeah, I
Either
see
either
it.
one
Thank
of
you.
those. So
Okay, great.
all right, let's see. And Donald, okay, good, Donald. Okay, glad you're able to find it. Okay, uh, okay, great. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yeah, Gail. Looks like I can write in chat, but not the community. So yeah, kind of weird, but a little different. But looks like everybody can type into the Q&A chat. So it's all good. Well, everybody, I definitely appreciate y'all being out here. You could have been doing anything else on a Saturday night, but you chose to spend it with me. I appreciate it. And again, I'm sorry that Laurel cannot be with us. We just had a long week, just walked in. And with that, thank you very much for hanging out with me here. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.